What's been happening for the past 2 decades? We've been talking to Muslim women about their rights, and we've been talking to men about their duties. And this is destructive. And it's become, I say, akhi, that it's become literally like the unforgivable sin. It creates a huge disequilibrium and a huge imbalance. And this is what the younger generation, especially again the men, they're tired of this.
No, I'm not worried at all. I rely on God, Allah.
Wallahi, akhi, because there's so much to say, but akhi, there's censorship going on. This is a reality I think no one can deny. Okay, it confronts us each and every day. It's in front of our very own eyes. We can't act like it's not there. Okay, and the younger generation, especially meaning here the men, I would say they're sick and tired of seeing it. Like they're starting to see through the cracks. They're starting to see the games that are being played. All right. What's been happening for the past 2 decades? We've been talking to Muslim women about their rights, and we've been talking to men about their duties. And this is destructive. When you're constantly reminded of one half, you're not going to carry out your duties the right way. Because this is literally wherever you go with a lot of these conferences, these national conventions, the average Muslim woman, the only thing she's hearing is her rights. Her rights, her rights. No one is telling her that perhaps what you're doing is wrong. Perhaps you're the reason for the destruction of your marriage. Perhaps the way you're speaking to your husband is foul, it's nasty, it's disgusting. And no average sane man is going to want to put up with that. You see what's happening here? So it creates a huge disequilibrium and a huge imbalance. And this is what the younger generation, especially again the men, they're tired of this. Okay, it's popular to badger men. Okay, but when it comes to women, you have to be extra delicate, right? And I think again, the younger generation, they're starting to wake up to this, and that's the biggest thing that I fear is that when the younger Muslim men lose trust in the very people they're supposed to trust, i.e., scholars, duhat, imams, mashayikh, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and it's become, I say, akhi, that it's become literally like the unforgivable sin. And I wrote about this on Facebook a while back. I said, when it comes to women's issues, right, that's become like the unforgivable sin. And you get this new clause, oh, no. Only women should talk about women's issues. Well, forgive me, where do you get that from? This contingency, this shart, this condition, this is not found in the Quran or the Sunnah. Yeah. Right? I mean, Muslim men have been advising Muslim women can advise Muslim men, and it goes back and forth, depending on the context and the situation, of course. But to say that, oh, no, this is a prerequisite, then I'm sorry, I have news for you. This is not of Islam. This is not of Islam at all.
Yeah, that is an argument that's used, or it's a prevailing sentiment now amongst people that you can only advise people from your specifically assigned or recognized identity group. Okay, only Arab, should not advise black Muslims, and black Muslims should not advise, Arab or some. It's becoming pretty extreme, right? I remember when a lot of the Black Lives Matter issues started emerging, I saw actually more disconnect within the Muslim community. You saw people literally saying, unless you're black, you should not be speaking on these issues of civil rights or any of those types of things, right?
Sure.
Who is better than the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Those words that we were guided by Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They're much better people than us, and we never say, hey, you don't have the authority to speak because of this prerequisite that we're assigning tribal. It's asabiya, right?
That's exactly it. You have to be a woman to talk about women's issues. You have to be white to talk about white people's issues. You have to be native to talk about natives' issues. See,
yet corporate America can celebrate and talk about all these issues. Right?
Well, that's what happens again when you have an inferiority complex.
Yeah.